Why most people never get rich. Why do most people work their entire lives and still never become wealthy? They wake up early, before the sun rises, they commute through traffic, they trade their best hours for a paycheck. They work hard, they save a little, they delay happiness. And then one day, decades later, they retire late, tired, dependent, and uncertain. This is the life most people were promised. Work hard, be patient, play it safe, and someday you'll be rich. But MJ DeMarco calls this promise a lie, not a small lie, a dangerous one, because it teaches people to trade time for money, hoping freedom will magically arrive at the end of life. DeMarco calls this trap exactly what it is, the time for money trap. A system where your income stops when you stop working, your time is never truly yours, and freedom is always later, never now. This book doesn't comfort you. It doesn't motivate you with feel-good quotes. It shakes you awake. Because wealth is not about luck. It's not about talent. It's not about working harder. It's about choosing the right road. And most people never realize they're on the wrong one. The 3 roads: Sidewalk, Slowlane, and Fastlane. MJ DeMarco says life is not random. It's a road system, and every financial destiny follows one of 3 paths. The first road is the sidewalk. This is where people live for today. They spend everything they earn, they chase pleasure, they avoid responsibility. No savings, no plan, no control. Life here is powered by luck, hope, and credit cards, and when trouble hits, there's nothing to fall back on. Sidewalk living doesn't just lead to poverty, it leads to permanent financial anxiety. The second road is the slow lane. This is the path society praises. Go to school, get good grades, get a stable job, save a little every month, invest carefully. And if everything goes perfectly, you might retire at 65, when your energy is gone, when your best years are over. The slow lane isn't evil, but it trades your entire life for a maybe later. This is delayed living. Then there's the fast lane. The fast lane is misunderstood. It's not gambling, it's not shortcuts, it's not get-rich-quick schemes. The fast lane is about leverage, systems, and scale. Instead of trading hours for dollars, you build things that work without you. Instead of waiting decades, you compress time. Sidewalk equals poverty. Slow lane equals postponed life. Fast lane equals freedom while you're alive. Most people never stop to choose. They don't analyze the road, they don't question the map, they just follow traffic. Why the slow lane is a dangerous illusion. The slow lane sounds safe, responsible, mature, approved by society. Save 10%, invest patiently, work for 40 years, and hope everything goes exactly as planned. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Time is not guaranteed. The slow lane assumes a perfect future, but reality is not perfect. Markets crash, entire industries disappear, pensions vanish, inflation quietly eats your savings, and sometimes health fails before freedom arrives. No one talks about that part. MJ DeMarco asks a brutal question. Why sacrifice your best years, your energy, creativity, ambition, for a future you might never reach? Why delay living until your body is tired and your risk tolerance is gone? The slow lane doesn't remove risk, it hides it. You're betting your entire life on things you don't control: employers, governments, markets, time itself. You give away decades in exchange for a promise, not a guarantee. The slow lane trades life energy today for uncertain freedom tomorrow. That's not patience, that's exposure. That's betting your only life on a fragile system. And when that illusion breaks, it breaks late. Time is the real currency. Money can be earned again. Lost time never returns. Yet most people spend their lives selling hours, one by one, for a paycheck. They ask, how can I earn more per hour? Fastlane thinkers ask a better question. Why am I paid by the hour at all? Every job has a ceiling. Every salary has a limit because time is limited. MJ DeMarco explains, the moment your income depends on your presence, you're trapped. You can't scale time. You can't multiply yourself. You can only trade life energy for money. Fastlane wealth breaks this equation. It builds systems that earn whether you're working or not, whether you're awake or asleep. Businesses, products, platforms, assets that don't ask for your time, they reward your leverage. Because real wealth is not measured in dollars. It's measured in days you control, choices you own, and mornings you don't rush through. Money buys comfort. Time buys freedom. And freedom is the real goal. Jobs are not evil, but they are limited. A job is not the enemy. It pays bills. It builds skills. It offers stability. But it comes with a hard limit. You're paid by a simple formula: time times rate. No matter how talented you are, there are only 24 hours in a day. Work more, you burn out. Get promoted, you earn slightly more, but trade even more time and stress. The ceiling just moves higher. It never disappears. That's the trap. Jobs reward presence, not ownership, not leverage. Fastlane wealth plays a different game. It creates income that continues whether you show up or not, systems that work while you sleep, products that sell without meetings, businesses that grow without clocking in. A job can fund your journey, but it cannot be the destination, because freedom doesn't come from working harder. It comes from building what doesn't need you there every hour. The Fastlane formula: systems over jobs. Fastlane wealth doesn't come from effort. It comes from systems. A system is something you build once and it works again and again and again. It doesn't ask if you're tired. It doesn't clock in. It doesn't trade hours for pay. A real system has 3 traits. It works without you. It scales beyond your time. It serves many people at once. That's the difference. A job pays you once for the hours you show up. A system pays you repeatedly for the value it continues to deliver. Think about it. A business that runs with a team, software used by thousands, a video watched millions of times, a product sold while you sleep, an idea licensed forever. These aren't hustles, they're engines. Fastlane thinkers don't ask, how much can I earn per hour? They ask, how many people can this serve? Because when value scales, income follows. The commandments of Fastlane wealth. MJ DeMarco doesn't talk about luck. He talks about laws. He calls them the Fastlane commandments, and they determine whether wealth is possible or impossible. First, control. If you don't own the system, you don't control the outcome. Employees, franchises, and investors are always dependent on someone else's rules. Second, entry. If anyone can do what you do, profits disappear. Crowded markets kill margins. Fastlane businesses create barriers, not copycats. Third, need. Wealth doesn't come from passion. It comes from solving real problems that people are desperate to fix. Fourth, time. If income stops when you stop, you're trapped. Fastlane income continues without your constant presence. Fifth, scale. Helping one person pays little. Helping millions pays massively. Scale multiplies impact and income. Miss even one of these and the system breaks. Fastlane wealth is not accidental. It's engineered. Built by design, protected by rules, powered by leverage. Need, not passion, creates money. Follow your passion. It sounds inspiring, but it's dangerous advice because passion doesn't create value. Problems do. People don't open their wallets to support your dreams. They pay to remove their pain. They pay when something saves them time, makes life easier, reduces stress, increases comfort, solves an urgent problem. Fastlane businesses don't ask, "What do I love doing?" They ask, "What do people desperately need solved?" Think about it. No one is passionate about plumbing, but everyone is passionate about not having a flooded house. No one loves accounting, but everyone wants their taxes handled. When you solve real problems at scale, money becomes a side effect. Passion follows profit, not the other way around. Scale. Why small thinking keeps you poor. Hard work alone won't make you wealthy. Helping one person at a time ties income to effort. Trade time for money and your earnings hit a ceiling. Fastlane wealth is different. It's built on scale. One product sold 1,000,000 times. One system serving the world. The effort happens once, the rewards multiply endlessly. That's why software beats services, products beat hourly work, and platforms beat jobs. Small thinking asks, how can I earn more? Fastlane thinking asks, how can this reach millions? Wealth doesn't come from doing more work. It comes from building something that works for many without you. Wealth is a process, not an event. Fastlane does not mean instant riches. It means escaping decades of waiting. There is no lottery ticket, no viral miracle, no overnight success. There is a process. You build, you test, you fail, you learn, you improve, again and again and again. Each failure removes ignorance. Each iteration compounds skill. Each step increases leverage. Slow lanes wait for time to do the work. Fast lane builders design systems that improve with time. Wealth doesn't arrive in a moment. It emerges from momentum, not luck, not hope, process. Why most people will never choose the fast lane. The fast lane is not hard to understand. It's hard to accept. Because the fast lane demands responsibility, no one else to blame, risk, no guaranteed paycheck, learning when others rest, discipline when motivation disappears. Most people don't fail at the fast lane. They never choose it. They choose comfort, predictability, approval. They trade freedom for the illusion of safety. But comfort is expensive. It costs your time. It costs your potential. It costs your best years. And one day, the bill arrives. Not in money, but in regret. Final message plus call to action. The Millionaire Fastlane leaves us with one unavoidable truth. You don't get rich by waiting. You don't get rich by hoping. And you don't get rich by trading years for wages. You get rich by building value that serves many people without demanding your constant presence. Stop selling your time. Start building systems. Choose your road consciously. Because wealth isn't about status. It's not about luxury, and it's definitely not about showing off. Wealth is about control. Control over your time, control over your choices, control over your life. Subscribe to Insight Beam for timeless ideas that sharpen thinking, break financial illusions, and help you build freedom while you're alive. Because in the end, money is just a tool. Time is the real prize.